let's talk smear campaigns, because that seems to be something that is running rampant in the world. It is by far the most cowardly thing that I have ever lived and witnessed. Cowardly. I mean, let's think about it. Smear campaigns. Groups of people that will lie, make things up, try to gaslight you, try to trigger you to either get a reaction or to turn other people against you or to make themselves look better for whatever their reason is. Doesn't matter. First of all, it's mind-blowing that there are like-minded people that will group up to do such things. Like, one person, a bully, that's one thing, but you mean to tell me that people group up? So there's a group of people who have low self-esteem, because that's all it is. That's all smear campaigns are. You're telling lies, you're trying to make someone look bad, you're trying to intimidate them, you're trying to bully them, you're trying to get a reaction out of them, you're trying to turn people against them. They do a smear campaign. My personal opinion is, don't give that any attention, because first of all, you would have to care to give it attention. And 9 times out of 10, people who do things like smear campaigns, they're normally people in which you could care less about their opinion of you. You can care less. Me personally, I can care less what anybody thinks about me, because what people think about me is none of my business. That's their opinion. They're entitled. I don't try to take that away from anyone. I know who I am. I know my opinion of myself. So I'm not concerned about what people think of me. And that's just how it is. Because especially with technology, there's people out here who would try to do research on you to try to find anything in your life that you've ever done as ammunition. And once that runs out of making someone else feel bad, or, these are the people who, when we were in school, they were the bullies, They want people to fear them. Why? Because I think bullies are people who feel like they have to force people to interact with them. They don't care how they have to do it. If they have to intimidate you, if they have to lie about you, they must feel like they cannot be themselves and be liked. Bullies are people who are angry when other people like people. And by that, I mean, let's say there's a group of friends, and let's say a bully doesn't like one of those friends. Now that's fine, because they have the right. But why wouldn't the bully just ignore that one person and just continue on with their friendships? Why would they have to make it their business to try to turn everybody against that one person just because you don't like them? I can't stand a bully. No one is more of a coward than bullies who try to do a smear campaign. I mean, for people to have to do things behind the scenes. You guys remember that movie, The Wizard of Oz? It's a classic, of course. He was behind the curtain. That's where bullies and smear campaign groups, that's how they operate. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. They do not want you to know that it's them. Or even if they do, if they want you to know that it's them, it's because they want a reaction. And that's it. It's almost like they're starving for attention. But I caution you, do not feed into it. And then when you don't feed into it, when you refuse to interact, when you refuse to react, of course, they will say that you're crazy. Of course, that always seems to be the go-to when all else fails. That person is crazy. Don't ever let someone do a smear campaign on you and convince you that you're crazy. Now, if they convince other people that you're crazy, then that's fine, because that means those individuals weren't your friends to begin with. Because if they were, when it comes to smear campaigns, they would verify. Basically, there is a way to verify. Just talk to the person. So it would depend on how much love and respect that someone has for you, for them to just hear something and go along with it, and then actually join up with the smear campaign. It is the most childish thing I've ever seen. There are adults in this world who does smear campaigns. Adults. Why adults can't have an adult conversation, I have no idea. why adults cannot go to another adult that they have an issue with, instead of doing things like, let's say, getting online and what's the thing, everybody, trolling, getting online and trolling. So you have an issue with someone, and instead of speak to them about it, you hide behind an avatar and try to get a reaction out of them, try to turn people against them with lies. Does that not sound like something that happens with little kids when the teacher has to say no bullying? You have grown adults who do smear campaigns, parents, you have mothers who do smear campaigns, fathers who do smear campaigns. These are the head of the households, and they take time away from the family and put that energy into doing a smear campaign. It's the craziest thing ever. It's laughable, actually. I mean, it's absolutely laughable. You ask yourself, who in the world has time for that? Who in the world would take their precious energy and use their energy towards a smear campaign? And nowadays, people really react when you do not react. People really, it's almost like they lose their minds when you can care less. I think that's the most funniest thing ever. Especially when people know that you literally do not care what they say or what they do. They can talk until the cows come home. They can call you every name in the book. They can, of course, call you crazy. They can turn as many people against you as they want. They can do all of the things that they need to do to make themselves feel better, to make people like them. It's all for attention. It's all because they really don't like themselves. It's all because they must feel as if they cannot get whatever kind of love you're receiving if they be themselves. So, you know, the kind of people who any attention is good attention to them, doesn't matter if it's good or bad. That's so sad. That's actually sad. Don't worry about if someone is doing a smear campaign on you. Don't worry about them calling you crazy, because think about it. Just think about the facts of the matter. Think about what they are actually doing. Think about the amount of energy they put into that. Think about the amount of time they put into that. That's a lot of work. I'm assuming all that work, and then someone doesn't even care. They look silly. They feel silly. That's probably why smear campaigns get worse and worse, because they have to continue on. They have to, it becomes some kind of obsession with them, I'm assuming. That's pretty sad. Have compassion for these people that do smear campaigns. Have compassion for them. I feel bad for people who do smear campaigns. They have to have the lowest self-esteem on the planet. They really do. I feel bad for them. I don't pity them, but I feel bad for them. That means they really do not love themselves. They really do not. Because that is a lot of energy that they're taking away from being a better version of themselves, or using that energy and do some self-love, self-care. To make a choice to do a smear campaign every day, all day. What kind of person? I mean, so you're not crazy if you ignore people that do smear campaigns on you. You're not crazy. People want a reaction out of you. Don't give it to them. Literally, don't care. Just go about your life. Go about your life. If people would like to make you the topic of discussion in their lives every day, all day, have at it. Don't let it affect you. You're not crazy. Don't let it affect you. If people want to believe it, fine. Have at it. Meanwhile, you just skip around the earth and have a good time. Just smile. Just enjoy life. Enjoy peace. Who in the world wants to give a reaction to drama? That is so lame. Just focus on love. Focus on happiness. Focus on being kind. Focus on the great things in life. Joy. Focus on those things. You have to be a pretty miserable person to keep up with a smear campaign and put a lot of energy into that. You have to be pretty miserable. Now, I'm not going to call them crazy, but they'll call you crazy if you do not give them a reaction. They'll say anything they can. But who cares? Just learn to not care. Just let it run right off your back. Matter of fact, don't even allow it. within your aura at all. Look the other way. Make sure no one is telling you anything that anyone else is saying. Don't even care. Life is so much more peaceful when you completely block out drama. And smear campaigns is exactly that. Just a bunch of drama. You'll sleep so much better at night. You'll wake up every morning, as I do, feeling fantastic. Go outside, look up at the sun, show gratitude. Let your intuition tell you what you should do for the day. Do something different, do something new. New experiences, meet new people, smile, laugh. Definitely laugh. Laughing keeps you young. Definitely laugh. Focus on joy. That's what's important. So don't ever get dragged into smear campaigns. Just don't. It's just really not worth your energy. It's really not. I know there's a lot of people out there like myself who you would love to focus on as many positive things as you can, and therefore that's how you live your life. Those are the things that get your attention. Those are the things that get your reaction. Something positive, something beautiful, like love, something beautiful, like meeting new people, friendships. Don't ever give any attention to anybody out there who's calling you crazy for the sake of their smear campaign. It's just not worth it. Just smile and walk away and go live your life and leave that nonsense over there somewhere where it belongs. Let people say whatever they want to say. They have the right. That's fine. Have at it. But you keep smiling and you keep enjoying life and you keep looking the other way and you keep focusing on the things that are important, the things that make you smile, the things that warm your heart. Keep doing that, okay? Because I'm not crazy and I know neither are you.
Life's a coat of many colors. It is never black and white. Can't have one without the other. The dark without the light.